Hi, everybody. It's Tonya Gentry again here with Josh Hoffman from ControlCase. Hey, Josh, how are you?
I'm really good, Tonya. How are you doing today?
Doing good. It's the Friday for everybody that's listening to this. We're recording this the Friday before Memorial Weekend, so we're all super excited just to have some breaks.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's funny though. I'm actually going to Canada. I'm going to be in Montreal starting on Sunday. Memorial Day is not happening in Canada, so
Yeah, it's not.
I'm going to go up there and actually have a meeting with probably 25 or 30 different MSPs, and so looking forward to it. But it's a weekend nonetheless.
Yes, yes. So, let's start with that. For anybody that's listening that's unfamiliar with ControlCase, can you give me a brief description and tell us a little bit about your company?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Thanks for asking. And thanks for having me here, by the way. So I really
I'd love
appreciate it.
to.
I love Robin's community, and I'm just so excited to be a part of this with you today. ControlCase, we've been in business for a little bit over 20 years. At our core, we're an audit and compliance company. We can take clients and MSPs, and in this case, MSPs clients, through a journey from readiness to attestation, certification, audit across 67 different frameworks. Everything from ISO to CMMC to HIPAA to HITRUST to PCI to SOC 2, FFIEC, SWIFT. It's almost a you name it kind of thing when it comes to the kinds of clients that MSPs have. In addition to that, we have about 100 different cyber services and professional services, everything ranging from alerting and logging to we're a CREST accredited pen tester. We have the ability to do professional services for vendor questionnaires, insurance, cyber insurance questionnaires. We have an army of people that are dedicated to helping people get through the challenges of compliance and cybersecurity services. And in this particular case, I think what's most important is that our MSP program, which is one of the reasons why I came to ControlCase after spending 15 years around selling with, to, and for MSPs, is that we are complementary to the MSP. And so the easiest rule of thumb, you do it, we don't. You don't want to do it, we will, because in some cases it's about not having enough people. And so we're able to be that complementary partner.
That's really, really cool. Tell us some of the key benefits and features for your partner program, right? This is what we are here for. Let us know a little bit about that. Let the audience know a little bit about that. And then will there be any enhancements to it that you guys are going to be making in 2025?
Oh, thanks. I appreciate the question very much. Our business has been primarily direct for over 20 years. Over those years, we do business in 73 countries. We have gathered in an enormous number of MSPs as both direct clients, where we're helping them with their own certifications and attestations, or as partners, where we're helping to serve them in their marketplace and help them complete the journeys for their clients as they go through their own compliance efforts. As the program has developed over the last 20 years, and it's one of the real reasons that I came to ControlCase after spending 15 years working in and around with MSPs, is that we have a real beneficial program for MSPs in a couple ways. Number one, we're complementary. We only do what they don't. And so if they do pen testing, we won't. If they do the readiness work on compliance, we won't. We are going to be 100% complementary. And so everything that we do adds value to their P&L. It's a sell with strategy. We don't sell our technology, so the compliance hub is free. We don't sell our sales and marketing services. You want us on the street with you. You want us on a phone call with you. You want us to write campaigns for you. You want us to post social media with you. It comes as part of our partnership program. And at the same time, we deliver back a few things. The first thing is where legal and where possible, and there's only a few frameworks where it's not, we deliver back revenue share, or we can discount it down and they can put it directly on their SAL. Sometimes you have to be exposed to the client. We are the ones who sign. So there's times that they have to know who we are, but we deliver back literal dollars in the compliance journey where the vast, vast majority of MSPs don't earn a dollar today. Beyond that, we don't do the remediation. And so our mission in this is to make sure that they get the remediation work. I have led an MSP before. I know how hard it is when a third party comes in, doesn't care about your business, all of a sudden finds this work that needs to be done, and then they route it to the person that they're most closely associated with. And so we're committed to delivering that remediation work back. And in the compliance journey, that's the number one source of revenue and profitability. Sure, you're going to make money now in a place where you didn't before on the actual compliance work, but we want to make sure that we're growing your P&L. This is a true sell with strategy. We want to be side by side on the street in campaigning, delivering a way for MSPs to shift from not only being the center of the technological universe for their clients, but to also being the center of the compliance universe for their clients. I want MSPs to be the smartest person in their room. They have the data, they have the evidence, they have the strategy, they have the relationships. They will save their clients time, money, and stress by going through a process like this. And after all of these years, since long before MSPs were called MSPs, working in this space, this is something that MSPs need to do. Even if you don't do it with us, I want them to go do it. It's $40 billion of market share. Wow. It's just sitting out there. Grandview, I was watching Rob Ray present. Actually, I think it might have been at the Robin Robbins event, which was awesome. I think so. And he was quoting a Grandview. By the way, it might have been John from Kaseya. Please forgive me if I'm forgetting who actually presented it. But the Grandview study that showed the compliance was going to grow to be a $130 billion marketplace. My gosh, MSPs need to own this space, need to own it. And
totally agree.
I'm on a mission to make sure that happens.
So let's talk a little bit about that then. What are you looking for in an MSP partner? And then how are those partners successful with you guys?
Sure. So first of all, there's a really easy, simple answer to that, which is I'm looking for MSPs that want to complement their go-to-market strategy, their line card, so to speak, with pieces of the compliance journey that they can't provide today. We know that they can't provide the actual attestation and certification. That's really something that typically only companies like us can do. So that's one piece of it. But in many cases, depending on the size, structure, framework, and employee base of the MSP, there's other things that they can't provide. They may not do their own pen testing. Well, why shouldn't you earn dollars off of that? Right. They might not have alerting and logging set up. Well, why shouldn't we be able to help with that? If their professional services team can't complement or supplement the needs of the journey for their client, then put our folks in and earn some margin on that. If your vCISO team needs help, if you have a vCISO team, look, we're here to help. And so there's this great opportunity for us to truly be partners together in this journey and provide a way over time to also help MSPs grow their capabilities. This is going to sound completely illogical, but I would rather that over time MSPs take on more of the work and we take on less because we're helping them learn and develop their employees to be more of this. And if I want to say it in a really kind of, selfish business way, I would rather have 50% of the work for 80% of their clients than 90% of the work for 20% of their clients. And they would too. It helps all of us grow.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's a revenue source that many of them aren't getting right now.
It's true. There's so many dollars sitting out there for the taking inside of this process. It's just not a part of what most MSPs do. And some of them, by the way, are really good. We have partners that have exceptional readiness programs. They can take the customer through the frameworks and get them all the way up to that point where, all right, you're ready to go get your attestation, your certification. We have other partners that don't know a thing about it. So we run the gamut across all of those. And again, back to the mission, we're complementary. What you can't do or what you don't want to do, we do. It's that simple. And so every dollar that gets billed into this process, there's a component of that for the MSP. And of course, the remediation is still the biggest part. And I always throw the exception out there. There are a few frameworks where you can't do revenue share. It's actually illegal or against the governing body like CMMC. Mm-hmm. But in the case of CMMC, sure, you might not get a few percentage points of revenue share. But the remediation work, that's the most important and valuable part of that. And will help teach you how to do some of the readiness efforts.
That's very cool. So tell us a little bit, outside the partner program, what kind of feedback and concerns are you hearing from your MSP partners? What's really on their mind right now?
Well, so we hear a lot about a couple of different areas. So first of all, we obviously hear a lot about compliance. It is number one It's one of the top topics wherever I go, whether it was
Right.
at the Robin Robbins boot camp or at the producers club. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, front stage. When
Right.
I was sitting at, the other events that I've been to, there are more panel sessions about compliance than almost anything else sitting out there because of its relationship to cybersecurity. So
Hmm.
when we hear feedback, it's primarily around one, oh my gosh, we have clients that don't know what to do. Number two, we have clients that can't figure out who they should go to instead of just coming to the MSP, which is what we really want out of this.
Hmm.
Number three, CMMC has to be one of the hottest topics. There are
Yes.
80,000 members of the defense industrial base that right now are going through what might feel like a chaotic process with a lack of information, although the information's out there, and a lack of expertise or availability of expertise. And so that's coming up on a constant level. And then you have the constant shift and change in all of the frameworks where, even PCI DSS, one of the most common forms of compliance that's sitting out there, went through a massive change in March. There were all of these different controls added, and all of these companies have to become they have to adapt to that over time. And it depends on where I'm at. We were at the HIMSS conference. High Trust had us in their booth, so we are part of their world, as well as sitting on the PCI Council and other things that we're a part of. And you listen to the customers walk through this, and they're saying, "Oh my gosh, we want to be high trust, we want to be HIPAA, we want to be SOC 2, we want to be PCI." There's all of these different things they have to do at once, but almost every one of these has a direct relationship to cybersecurity. And so the
Right.
MSPs are also talking about, well, what products would we get? What services would we have that would help enable our clients to have a smoother journey, that would allow more evidence to come through? And so we spend a lot of time just coaching. Again, back to the mission. We don't charge for
Mm.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We really have a mission to help MSPs grow. And so the dialogues are really open and candid. And when we do co-sell, when we actually go out into the field with them, we directly interact with the clients and help try and make that sort of trifecta of partnership work extremely well. It's a constant back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, they even look more, like as a trusted advisor, bringing someone like you in, I would assume.
Well, it certainly. So first of all, we want them to look like the smartest people in the room. We're not trying to toot our own horns here. We know that we have the expertise, but what we really want to do is deploy the messaging that the MSP has the expertise, whether they're exposing us or not
Yeah.
into the conversation. And so we're consistently trying to drive that point home. Now, the other piece that's really valuable in this is when a client starts to do their compliance journey through the MSP, the retention numbers are through the roof. It is very hard to leave your MSP when your compliance work is going through them, because now you're probably talking about replacing two entities, because not every MSP does compliance. And
Right.
so it's a really it's a big win in a lot of different ways.
Anything that you can share for the rest of 2025 that's on your guys' roadmap that the audience would love to hear about?
Oh, well, sure. Let me talk about a couple things. So first of all, we just released this piece of, we're very tech enabled, by the way. So even we
Hmm.
have a GRC-ish tool, and I say
Hmm.
ish because we don't sell it. That tool is collaborative. It allows the MSPs to work with their clients, with us simultaneously. It allows the entire journey to be covered inside of this body of work. And it covers all of the frameworks that we work on, other than CMMC. So it's a little bit different when you're dealing with that particular framework, but it covers all of this. We have AI that is consistently growing in terms of what we're doing to ingest information, to provide feedback on it that's going to help the MSP guide their clients through the process, which is also billable hours for them. And
Hmm.
so we can actually take in a piece of evidence, we can read it automatically. Within 30 to 60 seconds, it spits out an answer, not for every question, just to keep that in mind, but
Yes.
for give or take 100 different questions. And our questions are natural language. They're English language. We have all the controls. They're all cross-mapped. And we're also enabled to help people do what we call a one audit process. So if they are doing two or three journeys at the same time, pretend they're doing PCI, SOC 2, and ISO 27001, there's an enormous amount of that work that is actually overlapping. So that when they upload one piece of evidence, we can map it to the three that they're working on, and we automatically map it to the other 64 as well. And so you can see not only how are you doing on these 3 journeys, but also how would I be doing if I wanted to go after this particular framework. Last and definitely not least, we have launched a self-assessment tool online just in the last couple of weeks. It's built for MSPs. It allows them to get a readiness score. It allows them to get an actual proposal in less than 5 minutes. And so if you know what's going on inside of your world or inside of your client's world, and you can select which one you're working on, we're doing this for 4 frameworks right now: PCI DSS, ISO 27001, SOC 2, and CMMC. They can come online and they can have a proposal, a draft proposal sitting in front of them in less than 5 minutes. There is nothing else out there like this. This is something that typically takes weeks to get. And by the way, there's still going to be a little bit more work to do. We still have to sit down and talk and make sure we understand the customer's environment. But this is a light year. This is a light year ahead of anything else sitting out there. And we continue to provide improvements on it. And so we just launched a few weeks ago. We used MSPs to help us build it. So we're pretty confident that it's sitting in the right spot. And the feedback so far has been absolutely fantastic. The other thing that we're doing is we're inside the PSA with ConnectWise. Okay. We are deploying more technology that's directly associated with ingesting data from other tools that MSPs are using so we can provide some automated evidence. We have an automated compliance engine that goes out to the cloud and actually deals with on-premise gear and can pull information into the process and automate things. Every single one of those is in constant development. And so when we talk about what's new and what's coming for this year, there's not a week that goes by that we're not talking about some new component of release that we have that's making things better and easier.
So as anybody that's listening, where can they go to get more information? Where can they do that self-assessment pretty easily? Is there a website that we can give them?
Yeah, absolutely. So go to controlcase.com, go into the MSP section. It'll be on the front page. Go to our LinkedIn. You'll see social media announcements about it. Go to my LinkedIn. I'm doing announcements about it. As a matter of fact, I think I just posted a video yesterday showing the tool in about a minute and a half, how quickly you can actually get through this. I know the tool really well, so I can get from step 1 to 8 in probably about 2 minutes and answer the series of questions. All of those are places that you can go get this. You can also see us at events. So we are going to continue to be a part of, let's talk about the Robin Robbins events. Like how amazing of a setting is that to be able to sit down, whether it's inside of a panel, at a networking session, at the table with your peers, to be able to talk about these things. Will continue to be a part of the landscape for MSPs. And we do other events as well, and so I'll be careful about that. But you can find us at a lot of these places. And also because of our federal space, back to CMMC, we're an RPO, we're a 3PAO, we're a C3PAO. That may not mean something to everybody that's listening to this, but what it should mean to people is that we can help people at any point in the journey as they're working through FedRAMP, StateRAMP, CMMC, and we have the partner community to help with that. So we're doing a lot of Fed events as well. And we're one of only maybe 10-ish companies in the world that have the RPO, 3PAO, C3PAO designations all at the same time. And so we can be a big part of helping with defense industrial base. And candidly, what I really want to help MSPs with is demand gen. I want them to be able to go to market and say, we're your compliance partner now. Yeah. And because your clients are doing it, their clients are doing it. Yes. Why shouldn't it go through them? That's the logical part of this. This is a need-based sale. It's not like people are saying, oh, wow, I really want to be ISO 42001. They're doing it because they have to.
Have to be.
And so your clients are doing it. My gosh, go be a part of it, even if it's not with us. If you want to call me and just talk about why you should do it, and you want to go do it with somebody else, I'm still going to talk to you because MSPs have got to go take advantage of this marketplace. This is for the next, I don't know how many years, it's probably going to be generational at this point. This is going to continue to become a bigger part of what people do, and the cybersecurity work is going to align to it. Be a part of it.
Very cool. Well, Josh, thank you so much for being on here with me today. It was a pleasure. It's always nice to see you. We'll also post some links out there for everybody when the video comes up so they can
Thank you.
find you very easily. But for all of our listeners, and Josh, thank you so much. And we'll be back soon with some more.
Hey, Tonya, thank you for having me on here. And thanks also for what you do with the Robin Robbins organization. If I could just add one other thing.
Yes,
Look,
please.
in the end, there's this coaching capability. It's about growth. It's about figuring out, how to go to market, how to differentiate, how to make sure you understand the level of efficacy for your business. And what you do for the community is so important and so valuable. And having been a part of it for so long, I just want to say thanks.
Thank
It's
you.
really meaningful. So I really
Yes.
appreciate you being a part of that.
Very cool. Thank you so much for saying that. So again, everybody, we'll be back with more soon.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Tonya.